years ago, setting 5 Super Bowl records on kickoff returns. He can go all the way. There he is, Larry Anderson. Both teams coming off tough defeats from a week ago. And this will be Greg Hawthorne. And Hawthorne on a short Tony Fritz kick moves out over the 30-yard line, up close to the 33-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Steelers. 26-yard return. And in the 2 quarterbacks we have tonight, Don, they are such contrasting personalities, Terry Bradshaw and Kenny Stabler, almost in every respect.
Well, the only thing is they're both a couple of country boys. They both kind of the small town kind of guys, but the way they play, frankly, is different. You see Bradshaw come up to the line of scrimmage. He's much more of a strong-arm quarterback these days.
From the 33-yard line, the first handoff, Franco Harris right side, and Franco Harris, nice gainer of about 4, out close to the 38-yard line, taken there by Ted Washington defensively for the Houston Oilers. The Oilers, of course, work out of that 3-4 primarily. They'll bring in Jesse Baker when they want to get an extra pass rush, and they are starting Ted Thompson in place of Darrell Hunt tonight at inside left linebacker. The secondary, solid, anchored by Vernon Perry, who came down 3 years ago from the Canadian Football League and has become quite a performer for the Oilers in their secondary. Call it 2nd down and 6. Harris works again, right side, short of the first down, up inside the 42-yard line. And this again, depending upon how they mark it, is very close. Vernon Perry up there for the stop for the Oilers.
See Franco's average of 4.2. Not a bad year at all. That's a good average, 402 yards. You get the kind of feeling when you're here in Pittsburgh, as we have been for a couple of days, that the Steelers are getting a little angry tonight. We'll see if they can control that anger and play. They call it aggression, as you heard Terry say in the opening. And Franco's one of the ones who says, I'm getting tired of this. Let's play some football.
3rd down, less than a yard to go for the first down. This is Frank Pollard, and he finds a big opening. He's into Oiler territory at the 49-yard line, breaking off the right side behind Larry Brown and Vinnie Cunningham. Pollard finds an opening, and he has really taken up the slack for these Steelers. They got him a couple of years ago on 11th round, and Don, they never figured he'd turn into the back that he's turned into.
Absolutely right. Low round draft choice, 11th round draft choice. But really a good tackle here by J.C. Wilson, or he would have really picked up some good yardage. Pollard was the guy that kind of filled in when nobody else was around. Everybody started fumbling or getting hurt, and he was there.
Quick count. Pollard again. Pollard up in a really fine tackle. Ted Washington, who is really strong against the run for the Houston Oilers. There's a loss of a couple, so it's going to be 2nd down and 12, and we anticipate Bradshaw will come out putting the ball into the air. And when Terry goes well, usually it's when he has John Stallworth, number 82, healthy, and Lynn Swann on the other side, number 88. And they are both healthy tonight, although Lynn Swann has had a great deal of hamstring trouble in the early going of the year. Stallworth split out to the left to Terry Bradshaw, along with Swann. And on 2nd and 12, Franco Harris. Franco Harris met again. Another fine open field tackle. Carter Hartwig, who comes in there, was the 5th man on pass defense for the Oilers. Another loss. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 15.
I think you'll see the Oilers trying to double those 2 outside receivers, Frank, and either play man for man with their linebackers. The 5th back that time was on Franco all the way. He started his move when Franco flared out. Kind of a little controversy, or just at least a disagreement, has occurred here between Bradshaw and Chuck Noll. Bradshaw likes to throw deep. Noll says throw to the backs.
Well, he'll need to throw deep to get the first down on 3rd and 15. Jim Smith, the extra wide receiver, number 86 in the lineup. Bradshaw, all the time in the world going to Smith. Smith has the ball, 30-yard line. Perfect shot by Bradshaw, who perhaps more importantly than anything had all the time in the world to look downfield. There was just no pass rush, and he hits Smith for the first.
Football terminology, you call this just beyond that middle zone, and he did have the time to throw. You see Smith comes back in behind those linebackers. A jump in the middle there by Robert Brazil was not high enough. Smith came in between the linebackers and that defensive secondary. Picked him up a first down.
And this Steeler offensive line is very interesting. They have been struggling, but they have been doing a tremendous job. They lead the league average per rush. Bradshaw's only been sacked twice in the last 5 games. Bradshaw bootlegging to the left, has an option on it, fires, and it's complete. Pollard inside the 15-yard line, first down Steelers.
Nice play. I don't see that one too often. Terry basically rolled out unprotected. He used to call those things naked reverse. Until I went to SMU, we couldn't call him that at SMU.
He's running much more this year. He's already has Terry Bradshaw for more yardage this year than he did in the 3 previous years. And that time, Terry Bradshaw had an option to either run the ball, and he had the optional receiver. He was heads up on it, gets the first down at the 14-yard line with the pass to Pollard. Steelers on a march. Confusing antics in the backfield, and again, Branch has all the time in the world to find Stallworth. Inside the 5-yard line, he'll have a first down and goal to go for the Steelers. But again, no pressure on Bradshaw. And you just do not give Terry Bradshaw down all the time that he's getting tonight.
Frank, look, coming by behind Bradshaw is Swan. That's Swan going the other way. Then Swan later goes out into the pass pattern to right. Plenty of time to throw. You see Stallworth coming back. That was not his initial route to run either. And plenty of time to throw. Stallworth's going to get open. Hi, Francis. Welcome back.
And the ball is marked short of a first down, so it'll be second down at inches. The ball just inside, or just outside the 4-yard line. Bradshaw 4 for 46 yards. He's been passing at 54% on the season, with 9 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Second down and short. Franco Harris, 32, single setback. Extra effort, and 225 pounds, surges for the first down. It'll be first down, goal to go.
That was old KKK Kennard up in the middle there. Kennard's been moving in a little bit in the short yardage situation, and he met him at the line of the scrimmage. Franco still picked up a little over a yard, almost 2.
There's that defensive unit. Kennard became the starter, of course, last year. They change it around when they anticipate pass. They bring in Mike Stensrud, and they bring in Jesse Baker. Scrimmage, first down, goal to go. The 2 tight ends are in. 84 is Grossman, 89 is Cunningham. Bradshaw reads it and changes it off. Grossman. Bradshaw looking for Cunningham. He's covered, and he has to throw it away. Fine job by J.C. Wilson staying with Benny Cunningham, who's having a superb year. The big 260-pound tight end. Perhaps his best year in an injury-filled 5-year career. Nice to have those big tight ends, isn't it, Fran?
It is, and down there especially, because you really got to get to the big guys down there. There's not a lot of room to get the ball into anybody. You need somebody who can muscle their way in there. Cunningham is big enough to muscle his way in there, Sandy.
That's right. That Oiler defense didn't go for that little play fake that last play. They made a very feeble fake in the middle and didn't hold anybody at all.
Second down, goal to go. Bradshaw again looking it over. This time out of the eye. Grossman in motion. This is Pollard. And Pollard bobbled the football, and there's a scramble for it. Now they're saying he was ruled down inside the 1-yard line. Pollard lowered his head. Not tall in stature, but he is big at 217, and he was really met.
He was on your basic north-south move that time.
You know, that was a great play by Robert Brazil, because he had all the momentum in the world to go into the end zone. Brazil and friends threw him back.
In his 13th season, last year with a 9-7 record, the first year in 9 years, the Steelers didn't get to the playoffs. Third down, goal to go. Partisan crowd, and Terry would like to shut them up. And again, Pollard is turned back. Fine defensive effort. Left side of that line. So decision time, and it was made quickly by Chuck Noll. Out comes the field goal unit on 4th down.
Good decision, Gip, I think, in this situation, because they tried into the line twice. They got nothing at all. Their offensive line were getting whipped at the snap and at the line of scrimmage by the Houston Oilers defensive line. He said, I'm not going to take a chance on this. I'm going to take the 3 if I can get it.
Steelers, having used almost half of the first quarter on this drive, bring out the rookie free agent from Pittsburgh, David Trout. 19-yard attempt. Colquitt gets it down. And Trout through the uprights. And the Steelers are on the scoreboard. 7:39 remaining in the first quarter as the Steelers, first possession, strike first. We'll be back at Three Rivers Stadium in a moment. Coach flutters in the stomach. That's Carl Roach's number 85, Willie Tullis, number 20. They both have returned a kickoff this year for a touchdown. Roach is third in the NFL, and Willie Tullis at the moment leading it. Tullis, of course, went 95 yards in the opener against L.A. Roach's win 96 against Cincinnati 3 weeks ago. David Trout, who ordinarily gets it into the end zone, set to kick.
Who do you kick away from, Giff, in this situation?
Willie Tullis bobbles the ball at the 5. And Tullis works his way out close to the 30-yard line. Fine return after mishandling that ball at the 6-yard line. 24-yard return by Tullis, well below his 34-yard average. Offensively for the Oilers, and you heard Ken Stabler, top of the show. They have not been consistent. They have been not getting it done. 3 weeks ago, they left the split back formation, went back to the I, which enables Campbell to get a better feel in a running situation. But still, they have not been able to move the ball through the air. They are 14th in the conference passing. On first down, Stabler will be back. Has a man open. It's Renfro, and Renfro has the first down out over the 40-yard line. Covered there by Jack Ham.
That's what Ed Biles told you, Fran. He says we're going to put that ball in the air a little bit more.
Well, I feel against the Steelers, who play the run better than the pass, you must do that. Last week, Cincinnati beat the Steelers by getting Kenny Anderson going for over 300 yards.
Those are the changes. L.C. Greenwood on the left side for the Steelers, out with a bad knee tonight. We might see him. Joe Green didn't start tonight. Greenwood has been replaced by Beasley. Joe Green replaced by John Goodman. Banaszak on the right side didn't even dress for the Steelers, so the Steelers are hurting defensively. First down, Renfro in motion. Here is Campbell. Bobbled the ball, got a hold of it, and picks up a couple. Beasley, bottom of that pile, meeting Campbell, who had trouble handling it. And Campbell on the night will need 111 yards to regain his NFL rushing lead. Tony Dorsett yesterday with 122 against Miami. George Rogers had 113 for New Orleans against Cincinnati. So Campbell, coming into tonight, needed 111 yards to regain that lead. Second down and 8. Speedster Ken Burrow. Split to the right. Nice tape. This is Campbell. And Campbell gets away from the initial charge of one of the Steelers, Cole, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. It'll be third down and 10.
Got an indication that time, I think, from the Pittsburgh defense. What I think they'll do most of the night. You saw safeties coming. They're really going to come at Kenny. They've got a lot of injuries that Frank's mentioned in the defensive line. And in their secondary, the linebackers are not really healthy. So they're going to throw everything in the world at him tonight, I think.
Passing offense now, and out of the shotgun. That's new. Only a couple of weeks old now for the Oilers. Ronnie Coleman, 47, is in there. Adger Armstrong, 39. They're in there with Stabler in the backfield. Stabler, a lot of time. And rifles went almost underhand to Ronnie Coleman, and they were all over Ronnie Coleman. Jack Lambert, the fine middle linebacker for the Steelers. Good pass defense. He was right there.
You know, I'm not a great advocate of the shotgun, as you know, Giff, but I think in the case of Stabler, it's a very good move. He's not as quick as he once was. He's got bad legs. He has trouble setting up as fast as he used to set up. To get him already back in a position where he can be already set is a good move.
He had a good time to throw. They just had everybody covered that time.
They did.
There's Jim Smith. He's dropped for the Steelers, settling in at his 22-yard line. Parsley doesn't kick the ball long. Hangs it up there pretty good, however. And this time, gets a lot of altitude. Smith doesn't like the fair catch and takes it at the 12. And down he goes immediately. Carter Hartwig down there defensively for the Houston Oilers. 46-yard punt. Good effort by Parsley, and a 1-yard loss on the attempted return. The Steelers will have their second possession when we return.
Another letter, Marge. Letter to Grant Hill.
You are witnessing the new Lanier Messenger at work. Its 4 microcassettes let you organize your thoughts and talk to your secretary even when she isn't there. You can dictate, record phone calls, set priorities, leave instructions, and get those important ideas off your mind and into action, so you have time for the tougher problems. The Messenger, new, revolutionary, and only from Lanier.
Trust the leader in technology to forge a new legend, Seiko LaSalle. Trust Seiko to fuse slim elegance and peerless performance, new Seiko LaSalle. Trust Seiko to create timepieces destined for a place among the world's great possessions. Seiko LaSalle, Miracles of slimness, marvels of technology. No wonder people trust Seiko more than any other watch. Seiko as your authorized dealer.
The Dodgers could clinch the World Series tomorrow night on ABC.
The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Oilers, coming off losses of a week ago, were bolstered yesterday when Cincinnati dropped a game to New Orleans. The winner of tonight's game, as we look at Chuck Noll, can move into a tie in the Central Division of the AFC with Cincinnati. And Bradshaw on first down. Swan is out there, and it's right off his fingertips. Strange pattern, considering that Lynn Swan was questionable during the week with a hamstring. They had him on a full sprint, and perhaps had he been in a little better condition, he might have got there.
You know, it's interesting. We're seeing two truly great quarterbacks in Bradshaw and Stabler. Bradshaw likes to do what you just saw him do. He likes to throw the ball deep, get it down the field. Stabler likes to pick and peck and get the ball to his backs and to his tight end.
I think Swan has re-pulled the hamstring.
I think he has.
Pulled up on the sideline. He's being treated there now. Jim Smith has replaced Swan. Second down and 10. Smith split to the right. You don't lose too much with Smith, but when you got somebody like Swan, you like to have him in there. Here comes Pollard, right side. Pollard to the 15-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll be third down and 6, and there is Swan being attended to on the sideline, and he's holding that hamstring.
I agree. I think it's an unusual call. Maybe that's what they were trying to do, too, knowing that J.C. Wilson was aware of Swan's hamstring pull. But, boy, they put him out full blast. Well, Terry threw that ball a long way, didn't he?
About 65 yards I counted in the air.
Oh.
That's about 20 farther than you and I could ever throw it, Sandy.
That's not true. I always try to get downwind and throw that thing, man.
Third down, long 6. The ball inside the 15-yard line of the Steelers. Bradshaw. Smith, first down out over the 30-yard line, and Jim Smith, who really came into his own a year ago, replacing an injured Stallworth, an injured Swan on and off all season, makes a good move, gets the first down.
It's your old basic turn-in pattern, and Jim Smith does it well, but number 12, Bradshaw, drills it.
He really did, didn't he?
Oh, I'm telling you, he's got some kind of arm. He's worth the price of admission just to watch him warm up. He throws so good.
32-yard line.
Those are Smith's stats for this year, but they were pretty great last year. 9 touchdowns on 37 receptions as a backup to Stallworth and Swan. Pollard adjusts into the set pro offense. Screen to Franco Harris.
Good screen.
Harris has the first down. We're very close to it at the 42-yard line. Vernon Perry defensively there made the stop. Reference, of course, to Chet 40. Who's with Howard from New York. A lot of banners, a lot of signs. The public school system has really gotten behind tonight's game, trying to give the Steelers a little goose after last week's loss to Cincinnati. The Greenway Middle School, as a matter of fact, their students have banners all over the stadium. Bradshaw is 6 of 8 to 72 yards. Second down, less than a yard to go for the first down. Bradshaw will use it. The attempt to Cunningham, deflected twice. Initially by Perry and then lost by J.C. Wilson. So it'll be third down and short.
Fran, in the opening play, Bradshaw says he wanted to play more aggressive. What do you think he means by that? Quarterback playing aggressive.
Well, I think that his coach Noll wanted to keep ball control going because last week they only had 47 plays of Cincinnati's 70-odd plays, and he wanted to keep his defense off the field some. And Terry said, I respect those great defensive teams. I want to get the ball down the field for the big play.
How does a quarterback play more aggressively is what I mean. How does he do that?
I think by the way he calls the plays, the type of things he wants to do.
Okay.
What do you have in mind, Andy?
I don't know.
Third down, less than a yard. The ball just inside the Steelers' 42-yard line. Pollard, left side. And the third-year man out of Baylor. That the Steelers discovered when they were down scouting Greg Hawthorne, their #1 draft pick in '79, gets the first.
Would you say, Dandy, that both teams have said we're going to disdain the run and throw the ball? Of course, it's a trend all over the league. The passing game is what's in right now. People are throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game, and these two teams are coming out throwing.
There's our man. They mark it at the 44. First down 10 for the Steelers. Steelers now with their 5th first down. Houston has 1. Franco Harris pulling straight ahead. Getting 2, perhaps 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Franco Harris so near to becoming the 3rd back in the history of this game to get over the 10,000-yard mark. Jimmy Brown, of course, over 12, and O.J. over 11. 2nd down, 7. Time remaining, much of it used. 7 minutes and 21 seconds in the first drive of the Steelers, with that time remaining in the first quarter. Bradshaw again, all the time in the world. Pollard. And Pollard is hit. Bobbles the ball. They're saying it was down, up close to a first down, I believe, just about a yard short. Ted Thompson hit Pollard and gave him quite a shot. He'll be about a yard short of the first down.
You know, Bradshaw really doesn't like to throw to his backs. He'd rather get the ball down the field to start with his Swan. There he did. Noel would like to see him throw to the backs, get more ball control into the game. And that time he did.
They're down a little more than a yard as they have marked the ball just inside the 48-yard line of the Oilers. Grossman in motion. And Franco Harris. This is going to be close as Len Swan shaking his head, and there's nothing more nagging and absolutely debilitating emotionally than a pulled hamstring. You think you have it well, you go on a sprint, it pulls again, and now Len has been troubled with it much of this entire season. He did not play in our Miami game the first Thursday night of the season. Same reason, hamstring. Markers are coming out for the measurement.
It'll be some kind of close. It'll be interesting if he doesn't make it, if he'll go for it on 4th down at this position of the field.
Will not have to consider it as the Steelers again keep possession. They went 66 yards the first time they had the football, had to settle for 3, and they lead 3-0. And we had less than a minute remaining in the first quarter on a rapidly paced game. The 46-yard line of the Houston Oilers. Bradshaw again on first down. Going deep, Smith is there. And Smith has to sit down at the 1 and rolls into the end zone, beating J.C. Wilson. Bradshaw was making absolute sure because Smith had Wilson beaten by 5 yards.
He really did.
And that's what he means by more aggressive.
More aggressive. Well, when thinking of aggressive, I always think of more of the defensive players, but I guess that's just it in the way it goes. He had good time to throw, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did. And he can get the ball. Why don't you just flick the wrist? He's got such a strong arm. And Giff, you were right. He could have let it out more, but he didn't have to. He wanted to make sure he did the right thing, get the completion. Smith makes the catch.
I'll tell you one thing, unless they put a pass rush on Bradshaw better than they have, his numbers tonight are going to look like a pinball machine gone crazy. Kraut drills it through. Bradshaw now 8 of 11, 124 yards. Good offensive line controlling the rush of the Houston Oilers, and Jim Smith has filled in rather admirably for Lynn Swan. Here with Fran Tarkenton, who passed for 47,000 yards, and Don Meredith, who covered many more than that, getting back to training camp. True. To beat that 11 o'clock deadline.
47,000 yards is a lot of yards, but 25,000 ain't bad either, as a matter of fact.
Terry. And 4 Super Bowl victories to his credit. Terry Bradshaw, one of the best. 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. That's Renfro in motion. And here's Earl Campbell. Campbell struggling, but down he goes in the arms of John Goodman, who was filling in, or rather Bob Coors, who was filling in for an injured John Batasak. Coors, number 90, and John Goodman, number 95, both in there defensively for the Steelers. They were second-round draft picks a year ago. Both were on the injury reserve list. And they might be the defensive stars of the future for the Steelers. That's the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back. Started once again. It comes and goes. And it has been raining primarily in the first quarter on the Oilers. They have had 4 offensive plays to the Pittsburgh Steelers 23. Stabler brings them up, 2nd down and 8. The ball just inside their own 18-yard line. Renfro in motion. This is Earl Campbell. Wilson out in front. And Earl Campbell explodes out over the 20-yard line, close to the 23 for a gain of about 5. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Jack Lambert defensively there for the Steelers, along with John Goodman.
Danny, don't you feel, even though they've got the world's greatest running back in Earl Campbell, in order to win this game, the Oilers have got to get a big passing night from Stabler?
I think they've got to keep their offense on the field pretty good. Well, that left that defense out there all the whole first quarter.
Yep.
That's really what they've got to do. They've got to just move the ball.
Campbell almost 8 yards deep in that I formation. And Lambert, with a good play by Blunt to stack it up, makes the stop. Good play by Mel Blunt, taking on the pulling guard, and then Lambert doing his job perfectly.
Jeff, you know, Danny made the point that he thought the Steelers were going to blitz a lot tonight, and they have so far. One thing to keep in mind, when you blitz, it just nullifies the run. Much tougher to run against a blitz than against a regular 4-man set.
They're putting everybody on that line of scrimmage, and they're coming.
Smith is dropped for the Steelers. Inside his own 45-yard line is Parsley with a 46-yard effort on his first kick tonight is on for Houston. Parsley again with a fine kick that will take Smith back to inside his 35. Smith dancing and juking, works his way up to the 38. 48-yard cut by Parsley, a 5-yard return. The Steelers will have good field position. Steelers 4-3, as are the Houston Oilers coming into tonight, chasing the Cincinnati Bengals. Steelers last week humiliated by Cincinnati 34-7, while Houston lost 38-10 to New England. We'll be back in a moment.
New Backwoods Smokes just hit town. Looking wild, but tasting mild.
New Backwoods Smokes. How can anything that looks so wild taste so mild? New Backwoods Smokes. How can anything that looks so wild?
Grant, not hard to explain why the Steelers are ahead 10-0.
No, 8 first downs to 1, and passing 124-10. Steelers have been throwing the ball on first down all but one time. See if they keep that aggressive nature up.
Aggressive, that's aggressive.
I like that.
All right, we're getting it. We're solving that problem.
Steelers have yet to punt. Franco Harris, single setback, first down and 10. Ball inside the Steelers 38, draw play. Franco Harris over the left side, picks up a quick 5 out to the 42, taken there by Robert Brazil, defensively for Houston. Harris now 20 yards on 6 attempts.
If you're not going to pass on first down, that's the next best thing, wouldn't you say?
Really,
Let's run a little draw play.
That's,
He had them jittery back there.
Robert Brazil, #1 draft pick a few years ago. 5 straight Pro Bowls. One of the many fine individual players you have in this Oiler ball club. He'll take a shot at you.
He and Bingham both in the middle there. They're tight.
2nd and 5.
There
Bradshaw has to hurry on the blitz. Smith took his eyes off it, had it in his hands, looked around, and dropped the football.
Good play by Bradshaw. Bingham was coming in on a blitz. Nobody picked him up. Terry read it very quickly. We'll take a look at it again. It wasn't Bingham, I'm sorry. It was Thompson, 51. Lays it over his head there. That ball was well thrown. Should have been caught.
3rd down and 5. Not a chilly night, and it could be this time of the year here in Pittsburgh, but the rain continues to fall. The artificial surface, many will tell you it will actually be, you can be almost more sure of foot with a little wetness on it. But sometimes that ball traveling through the air will pick up a little moisture and get very slippery. Bradshaw back again, all the time in the world. There's a battle over on the left side with Smith and J.C. Wilson. No flags are down, incomplete. And we will see the Pittsburgh punter.
now, for the first time tonight, Danny, we saw Houston go double coverage on both outside receivers. Bradshaw still tried to go to him, and that's what I would think they would do the rest of the night. Force Bradshaw to throw to his tight end or to his 2 running backs.
I think we can pretty well assume that they think they can beat J.C. Wilson deep. They've gone at him 3 times deep.
Yep.
Had him beat twice, once overthrown, once for a touchdown. So they're going to work on that side. Double coverage is not bad.
Colquitt to punt for the Steelers. You saw Roaches 85, Tullis 20 for Houston. They're at their own 15-yard line. quit. With a fine foot, Tullis from his 14-yard line.
Quick feet.
Willie Tullis moves it out over the 25-yard line to the 27. 44-yard punt by Colquitt. 13-yard return. We'll be back. Having it made very easy for him by the Houston Oilers defense. Bradshaw under no pressure whatsoever thus far. Had a drop pass by Smith, or perhaps he would have still been in control. 8 of 13, 124 yards. First down, Houston, the ball at their own 27-yard line. Earl Campbell, left side, and Campbell is piled up, met at the line of scrimmage, and surges up close to the 30-yard line. A gain of a yard and a half. It'll be second down and 8.
And Jeff, what he's trying to do is run into a 9-man line. Everybody's up on the line of scrimmage except a couple of cornerbacks playing back, and that's hard running, even if you got Earl Campbell back there.
You see Jack Ham come from this side, number 59, and he was trailed. He ran all the way across, made initial contact with Earl before he really got to the line of scrimmage. Earl Campbell's only gained 100 yards one time against Pittsburgh.
That's at 8 attempts. You saw Jack Ham. He, of course, missed 4 games with a broken arm from training camp. He's still playing hurt with a sore leg now. Stabler has Casper open, and Stabler connects with Casper inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. The Oilers, big effort of the night, a 42-yard pickup. The old Oakland Raider battery.
Well, this is what he's got to do, Giff. He's got to get the ball down the field. He's got a great tight end in Casper. They doubled the outside receivers, left the linebacker on Casper, and there he goes.
Did a good job with Goodman, too, in the middle. He got no pressure in the middle that time. Mel Blunt, they're dancing over to the side. Tango. Got Kenny Burrow. He's, of course, the major deep threat.
So Houston has their second first down of the ball game. They have a first down at 10. The ball at the 38-yard line of Pittsburgh. Oilers down by 10. Renfro in motion. Earl Campbell, left side, just knocking over his own man, banging into the center, David Carter, carrying him with him for about 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6.
And there's a great altercation going on between double O Ken Burrow and Mel Blunt. They've done it for many years, and they're really going after it, as we saw in the replay just a minute ago.
Earl Campbell, again, he needed 111 yards to regain the lead, the NFL rushing lead for the season coming into tonight. He's picked up 14 on 6 attempts tonight. Steelers very stingy defensively. Second down 6. Campbell left side. And again, he just runs into a host of pursuing defensive Steelers. Headed by number 90, sliding out there, Bob Coors, and number 56, Robin Cole.
Robin Cole, I think, was really the key guy there that time. He played off a block. Earl was trying to get in that little dip to the inside and break outside. Robin kept his feet and let that pursuit catch up with him. And that pursuit, from a defensive standpoint, usually is Lambert coming from the middle.
And if that's what they call airing out the ball, they're really not airing it out. They got a good completion down the middle to Casper, then they run twice in a row.
Campbell got a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Call it third down, a long 4. Campbell bobbles the ball. It's free. Woodruff after it for the Steelers, and the Steelers have it. Dwayne Woodruff had his hands on it first. But it was Jack Ham, I believe, who came up with it. Jack Ham, who has intercepted so many passes, covered so many fumbles, gets the turnover for the Steelers. And the Steelers have the football back, 9:23 remaining in the first half.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
Missed 4 games earlier in the year. Is playing tonight with a very sore leg with a pulled muscle. Steelers on 1st and 10. Go to Frank Pollard. Pollard over the left side, down over the 20-yard line for a gain of 2. And we're going to get our first flag of the night, holding against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Very rapidly paced game. We have 9:18 remaining in the first half. Steelers on top 10-0. Our referee tonight is Fred Silva. He'll be visiting with us infrequently, we hope.
Yeah. I can't tell you what a tough penalty that is in that situation. At 20-yard line, at least you got some breathing.
Offense, number 52, holding. First down.
But now you're back at the 9-yard line, no field position at all. Little drizzle coming down. come out throwing, Terry.
Word on Lynn Swan, re-injured his hamstring, questionable as to whether he'll return tonight. Penalty was against Mike Webster, the all-pro center for the Steelers. First down and 20. Ball at the 9-yard line. Franco Harris. And Harris gets some of it back, moving out to the 15-yard line, where it's going to be second down and 13. Coming up at halftime, of course, some highlights from yesterday's action. Howard will talk with George Steinbrenner, who got in a little bit of an altercation last night in his hotel out in Los Angeles. And we'll be talking with Larry Holmes, the WBC heavyweight champion. He, of course, lives nearby Pittsburgh.
Big Easton, PA. He's got a big swimming pool up there shaped like a boxing glove. You're that big, you can shape your swimming pool any way you want.
Second down, 12. Bradshaw back again. Has the time. This time underthrows. Frank Pollard incomplete. It'll be third and long. Third and 12.
Good read by Terry. He had the right guy. He threw to the right guy, just threw it low. He had him open. It's about the only mistake he's made all night.
You know, I think, historically, though, I think I've seen him miss that particular kind of pass maybe more than any of the others. He sees the guy open, not too far away from him. He's got such a strong arm. I wonder if he doesn't maybe try to pull the string on it a little bit. It just goes low.
I think he probably does.
You've got an idea of how bad the Steelers have been in the third down conversion with that graphic a moment ago. Right now, they're confronted with a third down and 12. Calvin Sweeney is the third wide receiver in for the Steelers. Bradshaw again, all the time in the world, and Vernon Perry comes up with it. Vernon Perry steps in front of the intended receiver, John Stallworth, and the Oilers get their first big break of the night.
Perry had a good shot to score had Stallworth not come back, reacted quickly, and made that tackle.
I'll tell you, I don't believe he ever saw Vernon Perry, friend.
Well, let's watch. He had plenty of protection. I don't know why he didn't, but sometimes those big guys can get in front of you. Oh, there he comes. There he is. You saw the double there on the outside receivers again, which they're doing. And that's a big turnover for the Oilers. They needed something to get them going, and this should get them going.
Well, they exchanged it. That's about where Earl's fumble was recovered by the Steelers, so they just swapped off.
Eddie Stabler brings up the Houston Oilers. They're down 10-0. We're in the second quarter. Half of it gone. This is Campbell once again. Campbell with a fine tackle by Mel Blount. Right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's pretty simple. The Steelers are daring them to throw the ball on first down. Put 9 men on the front line. Sometime I would imagine they will throw on first down.
We have 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Seconds ticking away. Campbell now with 9 attempts, 15 yards. And I think you touched on it, Don. Campbell has played the Steelers on 8 different occasions coming into tonight. He has only managed to negotiate a 100-yard game one time. They play him tough. Second and 11. Stabler has all the time he needs. Burrow is dueling with Mel Blount. Flags are all over.
Yep.
They have been collided. You saw an isolated shot of it earlier. They really get it on.
And they dropped the flag before the ball was even thrown.
Well, there's another flag. I think we have 2 penalties.
One went down before the ball was thrown. Another went down late. Discussion by Fred Silva and his staff. Here's the word.
Pass interference, number 82. Offense, number 47. Defense, replay.
Interference by John Stallworth. And then it was interference. No, it was interference by Renfro, rather. And then interference by Mel Blount.
Mel Blount's undressing him. Yeah, he got him 3 or 4 times on that.
And we did not see the interference called against Renfro. We'll take a look. Maybe we can pick it up here.
Might see it right here. Well, I don't see.
Oh, that's pretty.
I still didn't see it.
Pushed off, I guess.
In any event, it'll be second down and 11 once again. Earl Campbell. And Campbell piled up, hit initially before he could get started. He got maybe a yard out of a yard and a half. It'll be third down and long yardage for Stabler.
Well, do you think they'll run it, give it to Campbell again here on 3rd and 10?
No, they're taking him out. It's going to be a long handoff if they do.
They bring in Adger Armstrong, 39, Ronnie Coleman, 47 on sure pass, and that is the situation.
Well, the last time they didn't get to Stabler with a 4-man rush. Be interested to see, Dandy, if they go to your blitz here.
Renfro and Burrow, bottom of your screen, the 2 wide receivers. Mike Barber, 86, the tight end. Stabler, a lot of time. And his receivers all well covered. J.T. Thomas had picked up what looked to be the intended receiver, Mike Barber, and it'll be 4th down.
The referee had a shot at that one.
I thought our cameraman down there at the goal line had the best shot.
Tony Fritsch will come on for the Oilers. 9 of 11 on the year. Has 1 from 50 and 5 others that are 40 or better. He's having another super year.
They did blitz, Andy.
Yeah, I don't know. Fritz, they were saying they brought in a couple of young kickers this year down in Houston. They said, "This where are you, Tony?" He says, "You know, we're at hit 80% last year. Need people make more touchdowns."
And he's aware he's in show business.
He is.
He'll put on a show for you. 34-yard attempt. Mike Reinfeld gets it down. And Fritz gets it up and through the uprights. And the Oilers, who have been rather manhandled thus far in the game, now are only a touchdown and a conversion behind. 6:51 remaining in the half. Board. Tony Fritsch. Now 4 for 4 inside the 40-yard line. Set to kick off. 30 is number 30 is Larry Anderson. He's back there with number 27, Greg Hawthorne.
Jeff, really, it's a beautiful night for playing football. The temperature's not too cold. No wind out there. The rain has really subsided.
Fritsch doesn't kick it deep, but kicks it high. Here comes Larry Anderson.
Good hold. Covered it.
And Anderson out over the 30-yard line, close to the 33, and again, sellout crowd, so we have a lot of people in the local area at the taverns, and this is Froggy's.
Froggy went a court, and now he did loud.
Froggy's got pretty good business going tonight.
You got to sell out at Froggy's anyway, don't they?
Yay for Froggy's.
Good crowd, however. Stadium here, Three Rivers Stadium, has a capacity of 54,000. The game was sold out. It's as though there are some empty seats. Steelers on top, 10-3. They have the ball at their own 34-yard line. Here comes Pollard, finds an opening out on the right side, and Pollard with a fine run out over the 45-yard line, gets a Steeler first down. Greg Bingham makes the stop for the Oilers. Got him on the 11th round draft pick out of Baylor, 79. Frank Pollard, squatty, at 5'10" and 217 pounds, but he came in tonight averaging a little over 5 yards per carry.
Funny thing about the draft, a few years ago they drafted Hawthorne in the first round. I thought he was going to be a great back, and Pollard, 11th round, is their guy.
Hawthorne scared the ball 1 time in 6 games this year.
The first down is at midfield. Franco Harris, right side, gets a block from Pollard. And Franco Harris down close to another first down, maybe a foot short. I want to remind you again, Howard Cosell not with us tonight. He'll bring you the telecast of the World Series from Yankee Stadium. Game number 6, the Yankees in trouble, down 3-2 to the Los Angeles Dodgers. 8 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow night. Good block by Pollard, who led Franco Harris on that play. Franco now with 35 yards on 8 attempts. Single setback. Franco Harris has the first down. And it's sort of characteristic of Franco Harris. He doesn't run like other fullbacks. He runs rather gently, if you will. Pecks along till he finds a little opening and then accelerates and he gets the yardage.
He's not built like other. You know, he's what, 6'3" or 6'4". He's taller than most running backs are, and he does have a different running style. I'll tell you, the Steelers' offensive line have taken over the match in the trenches.
Another first down for the Steelers, 36-yard line of Houston. Here comes Pollard, and we're going to have a reverse. This is Jim Smith. He has blocking in front. And that play designed just like returning a punt. They set up a picket line. Webster was out in front of it. And Smith has a Steeler first down at the 21-yard line of Houston on a 15-yard pickup.
Vernon Perry slowed him down.
I don't know if you'll see this or not, but you watch Larry Brown, number 79. He's a big tackle. And he right there said, watch him in your picture. He's going to make it almost a clip. He decided to pull off of Vernon Perry, which was a smart move. Didn't get the call for the clip, and they get the gain.
And Jim Smith came off. I don't know for sure whether he wears contact lenses or not, but he came off scratching at his eye as though he were looking for a contact lens. We'll get word from the bench. First down and 10. Bradshaw's back. Fires, and Pollard makes a super catch inside the 16-yard line, right in the arms of Robert Brazil.
Don't think he could not catch it. I think that one was drilled in there so hard it lodged.
Like a dart in the chest.
Look at this.
Watch the guy coming in on the left part of your screen, to Bradshaw. He sees him coming. The big linebacker's coming at him, and he just stands in there and drills it.
Ted Washington is, that is good eye there, Frank. Maybe because you were. How'd you know? How did he know?
Well, we've got the new lens in, so Jim Smith will be available. Pollard picked up 5 yards. It'll be second down and 5. Greg Hawthorne is in the lineup, number 27 for the Steelers. Calvin Sweeney in motion. Blitz. Bradshaw reads it. Hawthorne is there, but Bradshaw under pressure can't get to him.
That one was not a good throw.
No, he'd like to have it back.
Ted Thompson was in there blitzing for the Houston Oilers.
They had the right matchup. They had Hawthorne on the linebacker.
Third down and 5. That is the time remaining in the half. 10-3. The Steelers over the Houston Oilers. Again, the winner tonight could move into will move into a first-place tie in the AFC Central Division with Cincinnati. The setbacks are Pollard 44, Russell Davis 45. Blitz again, and they pick it up. A lot of time for Bradshaw. Smith has the first down inside the 10-yard line. J.C. Wilson again the victim.
When you pick up a blitz as well as Pittsburgh did then, you're going to get man-on-man coverage down there, and somebody's going to be open. Jim Smith was.
Take a look at it with our camera across the stadium. You'll see it from the reverse angle. Don't get confused by it. You just see it better from this point of view.
You can see there was all the room in the world.
Jim Smith having quite a night in relief of Lynn Swan, who on his very first pass attempt had to leave the game, aggravating an injured hamstring. Smith, 92 yards already on 4 receptions. First down, goal to go. Steelers, the 8-yard line of the Oilers. Here comes Harris. Franco Harris taken down on a fine tackle. That's not an easy tackle to make against Harris, but Ted Washington was up to it.
Well, the Oilers have been very tough inside the 10-yard line.
And we have worked our way down to the 2-minute warning remaining here in the first half. That's the story from Pittsburgh, and the Steelers are threatening again.
You know, Dandy, here's the situation. Last time they got inside the 3, they tried to run it twice, could not get in. I would think that he would try a little play pass here somewhere.
He has the 2 tight ends in. Cunningham, 89. Grossman, 84. And there's Pollard, 44. Franco Harris, 32. That's Grossman in motion. And Franco, he'll, if anything, lose maybe a half a yard. That will bring up 4th down. And Bradshaw started over to the bench.
Want to go for it?
And now we see David Trout coming out, the field goal kicker for the Steelers.
Terry says, make up your mind, Chuck. What are you?
Trout is hit from 19 yards out already.
I thought it was a surprising call there, Dandy. They really haven't run the ball well down there at all.
Well, the Oilers have really been tough inside their own 20-yard line. 20-yard attempt. Trout has already hit from 19. Colquitt gets it down. Trout through the uprights. And the Steelers have added 3. They lead 13-3. 35 seconds remaining in the first half. The Oilers will have 3 timeouts, and we'll be back. Went 64 yards. They used 10 plays, but again, they had to settle for 3 points. That's twice now they have had to, with first down goal to go, they've had to settle for 3 points.
It's kind of like a fighter who can't put them away. They could be 21-3 right now.
Very easily. David Trout with a big booming foot drives Roaches into the end zone. He'll bring it out.
Watch out.
And down the sideline. Look out for Roaches. And Roaches knocked out of bounds, but not until he reached the 49-yard line, and it was the kicker, David Trout, who made the save. 50-yard pickup. Clock showing 27 seconds, and the Oilers have 3 timeouts. We'll look again.
Well, that's just
running, isn't it?
Just running.
That's right.
Not bad blocking either, because the guy into the corner, and then he does a little bit on his own.
He's a great story, though, this young man. He tried out, with Tampa Bay. When was it? In '76. They cut him. They cut him up in Canada. He was out of football a couple of years. And he really burst on the scene a year ago.
One of your good Aggies.
First down, Stabler, Ronnie Coleman. And Coleman with a fine effort down to the 45-yard line before he's taken by Robin Cole. And we'll get a timeout by the Houston Oilers as Kenny Stabler wants to talk it over. 18 seconds now remaining in the first half. And we'll be returning. But right now, this message from the National Football League. A lot of college. As a matter of fact, 28 years as an assistant. He placed Bum Phillips this year with the Oilers. Right now, the Oilers have a second down and 5. The ball at the 46-yard line of the Steelers. And they have but 18 seconds to work with. Out of the shotgun, and the flag is down. Adger Armstrong. And a matter of fact, they're blowing whistles. Fred Silva will slide over, work it out with his staff. It's going to be a procedure call. It works against the Houston Oilers, who, by the way, just went to that shotgun a week ago. So they're a little new at it.
Number 76.
Mo Towns offside for the Houston Oilers. Again, kind of interesting to see what these officials do when they're not, again, being abused by you and us and everyone else.
Stabler's got an interesting test here. They're doubling both outside receivers. They got a safety down the middle for anybody that breaks down the middle. So
76 offense, false start. Put 4 seconds back on the time clock from 14 to 18. The play never materialized.
Fred figured it out. That whistle had blown before the ball had snapped, or just as it was snapped. The 4 seconds were ticked off the clock, so the Oilers will have those 4 seconds put back up there.
You have to get back to my point. Either you got to throw the ball to the backs like he's doing, or you got to challenge the double down the field. I would think he's got to challenge the double down the field, because throwing to the backs behind the line is not going to get him enough yards with 18 seconds. I figured that out, Dandy.
That's really clever, too. That is very good. Big Mo Towns. They had kind of an ugly joke going around about Mo his first couple of years around there. They thought he was a baseball pitcher. He kept pitching no-hitters. But he's kind of gotten it together, old Mo.
A rookie comes in a wide receiver now to join Ken Burrow and Mike Renfro for the Oilers. Mike Hostin out of Morgan State. And now they're trying to get those seconds back on the clock. So far, they've worked their way to down from 29 seconds. There they are, ticking him off. They'll tick it off to 18 seconds. And the Oilers will have 2 timeouts remaining.
I think what you're saying, Francis, and I would certainly agree, he should really at least try to get 3 points on the board, because if they could come in this halftime with a 13-6 ball game, I mean, they've got to feel like they won the first half, considering what's happened.
What he's got to do is throw a big break in down the middle, about 20 yards. It's about the only chance he's got.
Well, I imagine Pittsburgh knows that, too.
Yep.
Stabler.
There you go.
Kenny Burrow, and he has the completion. He has the first down at the 38-yard line. Now, quickly, a timeout called for by Stabler, stopping the clock with 12 seconds. That play using 6 seconds.
Realistically, he'll need another 10 yards to get into Tony Fritz's range.
He could be leading by much more had it not been for a very stubborn Houston Oilers defense inside their own 20. On 1st and 10, Stabler back. As the time,
good catch.
Renfro with a fine catch, and he also stops the clock near the 25-yard line with 5 seconds. Now, what do? You bring out Tony Fritz.
Absolutely. That was a good throw. They got good protection. This shotgun seems to work well for Houston. I think they found him something there that's going to help make a little more effective offense.
I think you're right.
Good route there by Mike Renfro. He is not your real burner on the Houston club, but he ran an extremely precise route. Kenny had the ball out there right on time.
Fritz now with a 42-yard attempt. Now, he has hit one this year from 50. He has hit one tonight from 34, and he has 5 others this year of 40 or better.
Hooked it.
And just hooking left. And time has expired here in the first half. And the Steelers dodge a 3-point bullet. Steelers with a 13-3 lead. That was very close. Let's take a look at it one more time. As the sidewinding kickers usually do, they get a little bit of a hook on it. This time, just a little too much.
He didn't miss it by far, though, did he?
No, he did not. Oh, so close. But the Oilers go to the locker room. They are down by 10. We'll be back with our halftime activities after this message and a word from our local station. Long way on kickoffs. This one, he pounds into the end zone where Willie Tullis will bring it out. And Tullis tries to get around the corner, but nothing happening there as he gets out to the 15-yard line. Let's take a look at the stats of the first half of play, and they were primarily Pittsburgh, as you can see. 228 total yards to Houston's 88, and yet the score could have been oh so different.
If another thing, during the first half, Houston on first down had an average of 2.4 yards a rush. When they threw the ball on first down, Stabler was 3 for 3 and averaged 10 yards a pass. I would think maybe they would look at that and throw on first down occasionally this half. Didn't they?
Tell you, you're coming up with some gems. That's got it.
Ken Stabler, who has a career passing percentage of over 60%, brings up the Oilers. This is Earl Campbell. And Earl Campbell is just carrying Pittsburgh Steelers. There was little or no hole. He just made one out over the 20-yard line, gaining perhaps 6 yards. It'll be second down and 4. But it's been a tough night for Earl Campbell, as it usually is when he goes against the Steelers.
Absolutely. So Mike Barber in there is tight end. A pretty good block that time.
Second down and 4, 21 yards thus far on 11 attempts by Earl Campbell. That's Barber in motion. Campbell again, right side. This time Campbell again runs into a lot of Steelers up close to a first down. Pounded into Wayne Woodruff, and then Robin Cole was there to help. And Ron Johnson. Takes a lot of Steelers to bring Campbell down.
You mentioned old Barber there, Dandy. It's really tough when you've got two tight ends of caliber, Barber and Casper, and you only play one at a time. And one's got to sit on the yoke, and it's a waste of talent when you have that.
You know, I think Dave kind of was shaken up a little bit earlier in the, I guess, in the first quarter on the pass he caught down the middle. He went off at that time. We haven't seen him.
Third down and inches. Look out, Campbell runs into J.T. Thomas after getting the first down and carries Thomas for about 3 additional yards. Has the first down for the Oilers out at the 36-yard line.
Well, you'll watch this. You see Earl gets one of the few holes he's gotten tonight on short yardage. Good blocking inside. Watch J.T. Thomas. He's got him man on man. He's grabbing and clawing for everything he can get to try to get him down because there's nobody behind J.T.
That was a good block. Tim Wilson that threw that block on Lambert coming up the middle, closed him off there just long enough for Earl to skip through.
Houston's first third down conversion of the night. You saw the movement. The flag is down. And now Stabler is rather rudely thrown to the artificial surface by Ron Johnson and John Goodman. Procedure indicated against Houston. John Goodman, he was on injured reserve last year, number 2 draft pick out of Oklahoma, as was another starter tonight, Bob Coors, out of Arizona State. But there's John Goodman. Ball start. 5 yards marked off against the Oilers. It'll be first down and 15. Leon Gray with a little movement on the left side of the line for the Oilers.
And it shows you how aggressive Pittsburgh's defense playing on first down. Ron Johnson, of course, is a safety man. He was back blitzing again.
First down, long yardage. Campbell drops the football, and the flag is down as Campbell collects it back at the 20-yard line. Flag was dropped by the official, and then he quickly picked it up, so we assume there is no penalty on the play.
He just barely got back to recover that fumble. Let's look at it from the line again. Toss looks to be right in his hands. Earl's not known for his pass receiving ability. That's a little pass in there. He just crawled back and got it just in time. Good pressure again.
Harry Dunn, 67. Robert Cole, 56. We're there to make sure.
Your basic 3rd and 25 call. Send it in, coach.
A draw play to Campbell. Stabler. And was his arm in motion? They're saying that it was.
Well, I don't think it was
No,
at
I
all.
don't either. I think they might have thought he was in the grasp of the defensive lineman, maybe. Is the only thing I can imagine.
Again, Goodman with the pressure, number 95, and Gary Dunn, number 67. Let's look again.
Be interesting look here. Watch Stabler go back. Can you tell us whether his arm was in motion or whether he was in the grasp of a defensive lineman or whether they missed it? Let's see.
He did not pick up the whistle, but that apparently will be the call. You can see the official blowing his whistle. And now the loss is all the way back to the 12-yard line. It is third down and a bundle.
Third down.
Almost 30 yards. Ronnie Coleman, right side, inside handoff. And the Steelers rain all over Coleman, headed by Jack Ham, who is seldom, if ever, fooled, and he was not on this occasion.
Isn't that the first back besides Campbell that's carried the ball for Houston tonight?
Dandy?
I think, I'm just guessing. I don't think I remember seeing anybody doing that.
A very astute observation.
I didn't just come here to fool around, man. I'm watching the game, you know?
Looking at it, man.
Yeah.
There is Cliff Parsley. I'll tell you, 3 weeks ago against Cincinnati, he was the only back that carried it and caught the only pass from Stabler that was completed. Still working. Parsley from his end zone. Jim Smith is back for the Steelers, and a good kick by Parsley. Smith from his own 41. The flag is down as Smith is down at the 47.
Carter Hartwig was down there in a hurry, and he was clipped on top of it.
Well,
A little scuffle breaks out.
David Little is the number 50.
He's the Steeler involved, but cooler heads prevail, and it looks as though the Steelers are going to be backed up.
That's what you need, some cool heads.
And need them to prevail.
Yes.
Fred Silva is going to get this worked out. Gave us an illegal chop indication, then wanted to talk it over again.
I think that's going to be your clip.
That is your basic clip.
It couldn't be clippier.
On the run back, number 50, personal foul, clipping.
David
First
Little,
down.
the rookie from Florida. And he was rather exercised about it. So the Steelers will have a 1st and 10. The ball will be at their own 29-yard line. We're in the third quarter. The Steelers leading 13-3. Running the Oilers on the scoreboard. They are doing it statistically, and they have a 1st and 10. The ball at their 29-yard line. A quick look at Earl Campbell. He's had a hard row to go tonight. Bradshaw on 1st down to the air again. Steps out of trouble. That ball is deflected, but caught by Stallworth. Out to the 44-yard line.
That's almost time to turn out the lights when you can do that.
Yep, when you got that going for you, you know it's your kind of night.
And even Stallworth was chuckling. Remarkable comeback by Stallworth as we look again. He had a troubled year a year ago.
Watch here.
So good pickup that time by Mike Webster in the middle. Ted Thompson was blitzing again. They sealed it off pretty well.
It was Andy Doris who got a paw on it.
Right.
And the Steelers have the 1st down. Bradshaw, 11 of 19, 157 yards, a touchdown. He has 1 interception. Play action. Bradshaw rifles it. And stepping in front of it, Ted Washington intended for Jim Smith.
You know, here's the time of the game when your defense is totally dominating the other team's offense. Terry could work on that running game a little bit as you look at Ted Washington. And he doesn't have to be quite as aggressive, Andy, as he was the first half, because his defense has got it under control.
Lynn Swan, we're told now, will not be returning tonight again. He is aggravated with a pulled hamstring that he has been troubled with all season. Jim Smith, however, has filled in very well for them tonight. 2nd down and 10. Pollard churning for a couple of yards out over the 45 to the 46 before Greg Bingham drops him. It'll be 3rd and long. Call it 3rd and 8. Pollard will come out, and we will see 3 wide receivers. Stallworth, Smith, and Calvin Sweeney. Dave Casper we haven't heard from much tonight. He had 1 long reception for a 1st down of over 40 yards in the 1st quarter. 3rd and 8. Bradshaw fires incomplete, intended for Jem Smith, and this time he was picked up and well covered by Vernon Perry. It'll be 4th down, and we'll see Colquitt. Oilers having the problems offensively. They've been having those problems all year long. As we look at the man dropping deep, Carl Roaches, along with Willie Tullis, who really were responsible for 2 key victories that they had. They're 4-3 thus far in the season. And 2 of those victories came as a direct result of returns of kicks by Roaches and Tullis. Colquitt. Beautiful booming punt by Colquitt. And he just about catches the corner, does he? No. They're saying touchback, but it was so close. 54-yard effort, and it just misses the corner. Touchback, and the Oilers will have a 1st and 10 from their own 20. We'll be back. 7 to Cincinnati. He's had a lot of injuries. A lot of young people are in there playing tonight. The Oilers on 1st and 10, and Stabler is back. Going for Renfro, and Renfro with a fine catch. Pulls it down, bobbles the ball, and it goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line. It'll be Houston possession. They'll have a 1st down. They're in Steeler territory.
Well, they finally challenged the 9-man line. They got Renfro out man-on-man. They get protections, you see here, for Stabler. And it's pitch and catch.
38. I'll tell you, I know an old 26. This young man's father named Ray Renfro, who would be very proud of that catch. Used to do it with the Cleveland Browns. Look at it again. Woodruff is 49. Trying to pretty good. Renfro really doesn't have that speed. He just made a great effort.
Pretty good pitch and a pretty good catch.
Yeah, it was. Need a little more of that. This can't depend on Earl to win it for him every week and every play. Got to throw it around.
37-yard line of the Steelers. Earl Campbell, he'll throw it on occasion, or he'll run it. Campbell drops the football again. There's a mad scramble for it. And the Steelers have it. Bob Coors, the 2nd-year man out of Arizona State, who started tonight in relief of John Banaszak, has come up with another Campbell fumble. There he is. They drafted him a year ago along with Goodman to get pass rush, and they're getting a lot of play out of Coors tonight.
Well covered downfield. Nothing there. Robin Cole makes a good hit, pulls the ball out from Earl's arm. Good move by Goodman coming across.
So the Steelers have possession. The Oilers, who were threatening, are on defense. Round draft pick in 80. Steelers 13-3. They're on top and on 1st down. Bradshaw gives the ball to Pollard. Good. Pollard stays on his feet with a good effort. He just bounced right off. Number 51, Ted Thompson, gets another Steeler 1st down. Now let's go back and look at a play that did not fool the Steelers at all. Campbell was going to throw it. He had to pull it down, and he carries that ball in the right arm, and he sees the man coming. Robin Cole.
The old basic switch it over the left arm, which he was almost trying to do, as you see there, and he got caught in the middle trying to do it.
Cole made a good move. He had him, and he just reached back and grabbed the ball out from under. That was a good move.
Back to live action. The Steelers 1st down and 10. The ball at their own 43-yard line. Inside handoff, Franco Harris, and he explodes out to the 49-yard line. A gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Greg Bingham,
Just good
inside linebacker, made the stop.
You have good basic football on Pittsburgh's part. They ran for a 1st down. They ran again. Again, their defense is in control. They can hammer it out a little bit now and get some time off the clock, and that's what they're doing.
That's the time remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Game statistically dominated by the Steelers, but the Oilers only down by 10. Pollard finds an opening, bowls his way into Oiler territory near the 48, short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and about 2. Greg Bingham again on the stop.
If you go back to that play, as we look there, it's strange people. You go back to that play that Campbell, they've been giving the ball to him, pitching to him to have him run, and then they're going to depend on the poor fellow to throw the ball for him too. That's what Stabler's there for. I don't think Campbell's ever been known as a great passer. It's hard for some.
There he is with Tim Wilson. They're very close. Wilson, of course, provides much of the blocking for Campbell. Hard to believe these Oilers in the last 2 years have got rid of Kenny King to Oakland, and Rob Carpenter is doing a super job with the Giants now. Frank Pollard, line of scrimmage. He might even lose a yard. It'll be 4th down. Not a cosmetic piece of beauty tonight, particularly on the part of the Oilers. They've had opportunities, and in each instance the turnover has hurt them. Colquitt on to punt for the Steelers. Deeper, Roaches, and Tullis. We can hark back to our opening of the show tonight where Stable was talking about the problems of the Oilers. Inconsistency, he said, and we have watched that tonight. Colquitt looking for the corner once again, and this time hustling down there was the rookie Anthony Washington from Fresno State, and he'll kill it at the 1-yard line. 48-yard effort, and a flag is down.
Yep, somebody probably left too early.
And but a costly error. This one will be punted over.
That is a costly error.
Yep.
Based on tonight's performance, you really couldn't expect Houston to do much but give up some points on a show like that. Would start off on their own 2.
They'll back it up. Chuck Noll has what a frustrating year it's been for Noll. Got off to a terrible start. Let's hear the call now from Fred Silva.
Number 50 on the kicking team, illegally downfield on the punt.
David
4th
Little,
down.
the rookie from Florida, busy tonight.
You know, Giff, it's been a frustrating year for a lot of teams that are supposed to be real good. San Diego yesterday getting beat by the Bears. Who would have ever thought that? New Orleans beating Cincinnati. A lot of strange things happening in the first half of the season.
4th down. Colquitt once again. Looks for the same corner. This time he really bombs one in and out of the end zone. And it'll be a touchback, and Houston will have a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. That one traveling 54 yards, but he'll lose 20 with the touchback. We'll be back at Three Rivers Stadium in a moment.
Excuse me. I'm not the same crazy coach who used to storm around the sidelines yelling at the officials. I've learned to relax, and I drink light beer from Miller. Do you know that Light's got 1/3 less calories than a regular beer? And listen to this. Light doesn't fill me up. Besides that, Light tastes fantastic. Oh, sure, there are a lot of other beers around, and you can drink any one you want. But let me tell you this.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
As I was saying, I don't care what anybody else...
This is the 1982...
Coached under Sid Gilman with the LA and San Diego Chargers, later under Don Shula. Not a bad background.
He also took notes, didn't he? I think he remembered something.
1st and 10, the Oilers. That's Renfro in motion. Campbell. And Campbell just explodes over the right side, out over the 25 to the 27. Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Coors there defensively for the Steelers.
If I'd say Noel looks a little more relaxed. Looks a little more relaxed than the last time I saw him on Monday Night Football against Miami, which is really a Thursday night.
Look at that lead block that Frank was talking about, and he's been doing it for a long. Tim Wilson up in front. There's almost a late hit on Earl.
Yep.
2nd down and 3. Renfro again in motion. And again Campbell. This time he is hit first by number 65, Tom Beasley, and then Gary Dunn closes down to shut off Earl Campbell right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Kind of strange to not see L.C. Greenwood and Big Joe Green out there. For so many years, they've really been the 2 guys you think about, along with Lambert, when you talk about that defense.
But it all started when Joe Green came in here.
That's right.
Right in the early 70s, and he got it going, and Greenwood came along to help.
Chuck Noll's first draft pick. Joe Green out of the lineup along with Greenwood tonight, both with sore knees. Campbell, he will not get the 1st down. He's upended.
Well, the last 4 plays of the Oilers, they've had Campbell run the ball 3 times and try to throw it a 4th time, which turned into a run.
That was Coors once again. He is putting on quite a show tonight.
Bob Coors and also Jack Lambert. Jack Lambert made more penetration into the line than did Campbell. He met him back in his own backfield for a couple of yards.
Are they going to go for it on 4th down?
They got 13 to 3. We were down.
They're going to go for it.
4:18 in the third quarter. And if they don't go for it, they might just go with the long count.
I think they're going.
Well, you've got the best running back in football today. And Earl Campbell gets the first down, diving over the 30 to the 31-yard line.
I guess they look at it, if we can't make a yard, then they deserve to lose. And if they hadn't made a yard, they probably would. And they may anyway.
But, you know, the thing about the game, Pittsburgh has dominated, but, you know, juice is not out of it. 13-3 is nothing at this time of the game. A few plays, and they've got the lead.
And they have one man out there that can strike so quickly, and that is Kenny Burrow. We have not heard that much from him tonight. Has great speed. He only caught 18 this year, but 5 of those were for touchdowns. So Houston can strike. Sabler, Renfro, complete first down. J.T. Thomas was there, but that was a perfect shot.
And again, he had man-on-man coverage out there. Here's Renfro. You'll see him with the man-on-man. If you have man-on-man, you ought to be able to beat him, and he does. Sabler delivers the ball. And again, I think they're about 100% on first down passes.
The first down is out to the 43-yard line.
But the odds are they'll pitch it to Earl again.
Renfro now, 4 receptions at 79 yards. Sabler is 8 of 10, 128 yards. They've been ineffective when they have moved in close. And they've had the turnovers by Campbell. Tim Wilson. And Tim Wilson has another Oiler first down. He's down close to the 40-yard line. Jack Lambert back there to make the stop. And again, while the Oilers have been effective throughout much of the night, we keep reminding you that they are only 10 points behind. They can hang up 7. It'll have a different ball game.
And they're going against a defense that is vulnerable to the pass. It's tough against the run, but they've been thrown on and thrown on successfully.
Sabler brings them up. He puts Renfro out to the right. He has Burrow split to the left. Sabler now 6 in a row. Sabler, stop and go to Renfro, and it does not fool the corner man, Dwayne Woodruff, incomplete.
Had some time to throw, though.
Yep. That one does take a lot of time. He had Renfro do a little square out, pump fake to him. Renfro turned it upfield, and Woodruff was right there. It's been quite a change for the Steelers. They've moved Ron Johnson out of left corner, and Woodruff, probably the fastest Steeler. Well, he's got himself a permanent home now. That left corner, they fully anticipate on working Ron Johnson into a safety position.
And miss old Donnie Shell back there. He's also plagued with injuries this year.
He's had a hamstring pull. It's second down and 10. Here comes Campbell. Student body left. The Steelers are all there, headed by Jack Lambert. It'll be third down and 10.
Tim Wilson just couldn't do anything with Robin Cole. He slowed him down in the backfield. Robin, again, has played a good game tonight. He's kept his feet most of the night. Turned Campbell in.
There's Robin Cole. He's really a fine linebacker. He's coming out now as the pass is anticipated by Pittsburgh. He plays much tougher against the run than he does the pass.
Number 1 draft choice, 1977. Only linebacker they've ever drafted in the first round.
Third down, almost 10. Out of the shotgun. Sabler under pressure. He gets the pass off, and it's complete out there to Adger Armstrong. Armstrong out of bounds. Now they indicate to start the clock. He's short of out of bounds, but now again we're going to have a 4th down situation. This time, 4th down at about 1.5 yards, and, well, you know the Oilers are going to have to go.
Yep, they got to go. That was a great throw by Stabler under a lot of pressure. Guy hanging all over him. Let's watch it.
This is quite an effort.
Oh, yeah. Gets all kind of pressure right here. Throws it damn straight up. It's a great throw.
That was Bob Coors, number 90, we've been mentioning all night. Yep. He's doing a good job up there. He can play a linebacker or that defensive lineman.
Who are they going to give it to?
4th down, 1.5 yards. Armstrong in motion. Bobble the ball. Campbell loses it. There was a mix-up in the backfield. Campbell never did have possession of it.
Kenny, I think, lost it coming out from under center, didn't he?
Yeah, he did lose it coming out from the center. He was bobbling, gave it to Campbell, and he was bobbling.
In any event, the Steelers have turned the Oilers back once again. We'll be right back. A yard and a half to go. It looked as though Kenny Stabler had trouble moving away from the center. There you see him bobble it. And now, here's Campbell. He has it on his hip, compounding the error. And they are short of the first down, and the Steelers have the football, their own 39-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Steelers remain on top, 13-3. Reverse, flea flicker, and it fools no one. Bradshaw finally gets the ball upfield, incomplete. Stemrick is covering Stallworth. It'll be second down and 10. Next Monday night, we'll be traveling out to Denver, and the snow is in the mountain. They got a lot of snow out there already. It's always fun to visit Denver, and we're going to watch your old teammates, friends.
And they were going pretty good until yesterday, but they can move the ball and they can throw it. Kramer's having a great year, but so are the Broncos. Great defense, #1 defense in football. It'll be a good match.
The elder statesman of all pro football, Craig Morton, of course, and Danny Reeves has done a fine job out there in his first year. Second down and 10. Franco Harris battling through some Houston Oilers before Greg Bingham levels him at the line of scrimmage. And that is the end of the third quarter. We're watching another exclusive of ABC Sports, 13-3. The Steelers over the Oilers will return for the fourth quarter. Right now, this message from our local station.
Tied for first place in the Central Division. The loser will be tied for last. We'll have highlights and a recap right after the game. Join me, Don Cannon, Paul Long, Joe DiNardo, and Stan Savran for the late report of Action News.
Froggies has never had it so good. And the Steeler fans, the game sold out. They've flocked there tonight, as they do so many places around the Pittsburgh area. They've had tremendous success over the past decade, the Steeler team, and now they really are, quite frankly, struggling to put it back together again. A lot of the older players maybe have reached that age. Bradshaw on 3rd and 9. We begin the fourth quarter. Going to Stallworth, and Stallworth can't hold on. Ball was right on target, but Stallworth has collided there. The man who hit him, number 37. Greg Stemrick was in there, along with Mike Reinfeldt.
You'll see Mike Reinfeldt come in at the top of your screen, and Stallworth really had no chance to hold on to this ball. Reinfeldt got right in there, shook him loose from the ball. Good effort by Reinfeldt.
And we see the Pittsburgh Steeler punter. They were really moving the ball in the first half, were the Steelers offensively. They now have had their problems. But the Houston Oilers can't not answer with any offense of their own. Colquitt approaches and Tullis are deep.
He wanted to run.
He wanted to run. The flag is down. Tullis. And Tullis works his way back out close to the 35-yard line before Frank Pollard takes him out of bounds. But again, the flags are down at the line of scrimmage.
And somebody left too early, and that's the result of him holding the ball and threatening to run, but not running.
And I think this will be a decline. Ed Biles says, yep, we want the ball upfield.
Kicking team, number 50, number 74. Illegally downfield on the kick. Refuse. First down.
I tell you, Dave Little is going to let his folks at home know that he's playing this ball game. Third quarter stats still remains the Pittsburgh Steelers, but the Oilers have been able to move the ball, but they are moving it from their 30 to the Steelers' 30.
Look at the rushing yards, Jeff. 114 for Pittsburgh, 49 for Houston.
Stabler back on 1st and 10. Double O. That's Ken Burrow, and Ken Burrow has a first down. He's down to the 46-yard line of the Steelers. Robin Cole provides the collision at that point.
Good catch by Kenny that time. He knew that he was going to get hit. You saw him catch the ball, tuck it away, and prepare to meet Cole head on.
I think they finally got the combination to the safe, though, and that's to throw the ball on first down. They got to move it against this team throwing. Kenny has had a high percentage of passes completed, something like 10 of 12. He just hasn't thrown it enough. He's doing it now.
Down 13-3. The Oilers with the first down, again inside Steeler territory. Out to Campbell. Campbell with a fine open field tackle by you-know-whom, Jack Lambert.
Mock was out there. Carl Mock, the center, just didn't even touch Lambert.
That was Robin Cole.
Robin Cole.
Not Lambert. He just looked like Lambert.
Well, here's a reverse thing. You're trying to throw a flare pass. Everybody knows where Earl Campbell is on the field. You're not going to fool anybody there. They're going to sit right on top of him.
Well, what a fine tackle.
Robin Cole was. Good tackle. Never had a chance.
Super against the run.
Saw Coors, number 90, standing up. When we did Pittsburgh earlier against Miami, they had A.J. Dewey that did everything in the world to them. They came back up here and said, we're going to see if we can find a Dewey, and they picked Bob Coors.
Second down, 17. Unloads to Campbell, and Campbell, never noted for the good hands, does not hold on.
Not one of his better nights.
Not a good night for Earl Campbell. It'll be third down and 17. And the offensive passing unit for the Oilers comes in. That, of course, means Ronnie Coleman, 47. Add your Armstrong, and out of the backfield go Campbell and Wilson.
And this is a very difficult pass situation for old Kenny boy. Third and, 17 or 18. Looking at a pretty good Steeler rush and about 6 defensive backs back there. Not easy.
Lauren Taves comes in for Robert Cole. Taves, number 51. Anthony Washington, the rookie from Fresno State. He's in there as an extra back. Stabler has a man open. Casper has the first down, and he's still on his feet and moving towards the end zone.
Can you believe that?
Dave Casper has shortened this game up, bouncing off Mel Blunt, I believe it was, somewhere around the 20-yard line, a 52-yard touchdown. And this is what you felt all along was going to happen.
The Steelers let them hang in this long, and they took advantage of it. Stabler made a great move. He doesn't have a lot of mobility. He didn't have to move much, but he moved a little bit to buy some time. Watch him here. He's in the shotgun. You'll see him move up a little bit, get away from the pressure right there, gets away from Coors, makes a terrific throw to Casper. Ham bounces off, and there he goes down the sideline.
Steelers just stripped themselves off Casper.
J.T. Thomas was the guy that knocked him off in there. He came in with a hit and knocked his own guys off of Casper.
Tony Fritsch will attempt to pull it to within 3, and he does. So we have a different football game in Pittsburgh. We're in the fourth quarter. The Steelers over the Oilers, 13-10. We'll be right back. Low along the ground, and mishandled there by Larry Anderson. Will sit in the end zone, taking the touchback. So the Steelers, who, as one reflects back on the game, could have put the Oilers basically out of their misery in the early going when they totally dominated in the first half. They had to settle twice with first and goals for 3.
What they've done, Giff, is put a tremendous amount of pressure on themselves, talking about the Steelers, because the Oilers have been playing terribly bad so far tonight. Steelers had something going for them, but as you say, they didn't put them away. Now they're pressured right now.
There's a man that knows about pressure, Terry Bradshaw. Single setback is Franco Harris. Right side, Harris. Rolling forward. Carrying with him, Mike Stensrud, number 67. Gain of 3. It'll be second down at 7.
Many times a play like the last one that Casper and Stabler pulled off will pick their defense up and make them play a little bit harder, a little more intensely. Let's see if it really does that for them.
Changes defensively for Houston. Darryl Skogstad is in there, number 90 at nose guard. Stensrud is in there, number 67. Second down, 7. Bradshaw's back, man wide open, Stallworth.
Was he ever?
And there had to be a defensive foul up, and Stallworth is on his way. Stallworth turns a deep square out into a large gainer for a first down inside the 33-yard line of the Oilers.
Greg Stemrick is the guy that was over there at the snap of the ball.
You know, it looked like a safety zone that they didn't work out.
He was right up close, right at the snap of the ball. Stemrick takes off going deep, and he's still going deep. And Stallworth just turns it out to the outside. No one's there. Now then you'll see Stemrick come back into the picture. He didn't do much when he got back in the picture.
Nobody around him.
Now that was a big arrow there.
Yep. First down, 32-yard line of the Oilers. Bradshaw quickly on first down. Short count. Has the time. Throws deep into the end zone, and a pass that could have been intercepted. Again, it was intended for Stallworth, and Mike Reinfeldt had it in his sights all the way.
Terry was confused with the coverage there. He didn't really know where he wanted to go with the football, and finally just threw it out.
But did you see how much time that line had given him? Webster, Corson, Wolfley. Penny for Kolb on the left side, Larry Brown. The one stable part of this Steeler team has been that offensive line throughout the early going in the NFL season. Bradshaw now 12 of 25, 195 yards. He has 1 touchdown and 1 interception. On 2nd and 10, this is Pollard. Well, the flag is down as Pollard is piled up after a pickup of 2.
That was J.C. Wilson, I think, came up. Just holding.
Holding against the Steelers. That'll back them up.
Yep.
Cornerback position is a tough position to play. We talk about it a lot. He came up, forced that run, had to just go way down under. Big offensive lineman coming out, just buried him, but he did stop that flow.
It's Craig Wolfley, who goes 265 pounds, hitting that cornerback, J.C. Wilson, at less than 180.
It do make a difference. He did a good job.
Gip, you mentioned Bradshaw's 12 of 25 now. You know, he started off really with a hot hand. He's been cold for a while.
Offense, number 89, holding.
Benny Cunningham, the tight end on the right side, who has not a reception tonight. And he came into tonight's game with his best season ever underway.
Yeah, they've been really pleased with him. That's allowed. They used to bring in the 3 wide receivers, but Benny, that's just a good year. They've been able to just keep him in there. And, of course, they're blocking.
2nd down and 20.
They've got some mess up in coverage here. They're going to call timeout, I imagine.
I think there's an injured player who is for sure. But they were lined up in their defensive deployment.
That might be J.C. Wilson over there, too.
It could well be. That's his position. And yes, it is. Number 33, J.C. Wilson.
He did take a hit a while ago.
He was the one that was hit by Craig Wolfley on that play a moment ago. Tried to stay in the lineup. It does appear as if they're looking at his right leg. So, J.C. Wilson, 4th-year man out of Pittsburgh, and a 4-year starter is being treated on the field. We have 11-12 remaining in the game here at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, and we'll be right back. Wilson, who was injured on this play a few moments ago. There he is, taking on big Craig Wolfley. Pollard with the football.
Did a job on him, didn't he?
And Wilson did line up, ready to go on 2nd down and 20, but all of a sudden he realized he couldn't go on, dropped to his knees, and he's being looked at on the sidelines. They appear to be working on the right knee. Bill Kay, a rookie from Purdue, number 22, has replaced J.C. Wilson. 2nd and 20. Steelers have the football at the Oilers' 42-yard line. Greg Hawthorne, 27. Russell Davis, 45. The setback for the Steelers. Bradshaw going deep. Got it down. In and out of the hands of Jim Smith, and he'll be dreaming about that tonight. Dead on target was Bradshaw.
Oh, I don't blame you. I just sit there for a while, too. That'll hurt you.
That's a beautiful pass.
It just runs right by him, Dandy.
That's the rookie, Bill Kay from Purdue.
Well, it was double coverage. He ran through the double coverage, and Bradshaw threw it perfectly. Watch this.
How do you drop one like that? That's tough.
Those you never forget. Earlier in the game, Smith, who is very sure-handed, dropped another pass on a Steeler drive that could have led to another Steeler touchdown. But right now, Bradshaw is in a bind with a 3rd down and 20. Bradshaw, in this half, 2 of 8. In the first half, he was 12 of 26. Calvin Sweeney, top of your screen. Again, all the time in the world, but no receiver, and Bradshaw goes down in the arms of Ken Kennard. And that, again, just good coverage downfield by the Oilers secondary, because Bradshaw had all the time in the world, could not find a receiver.
They started.
Steelers offense sputters again.
Started 1st and 10 and lost 25 yards in the next 3 downs.
Well, they had a big play to start the drive off, and then they did sputter. And of course, what helped the sputter was a drop pass that would have been a touchdown. Everybody said, what a nice drive.
Great Colquitt kicking well tonight. Rain coming down a little heavier now. It's Carl Roaches and Willie Tullis have dropped to within their 15-yard line. Carl Roaches. And Roaches collared at the 10-yard line by Dennis Winston. He rips the ball out of Roach's arms, but they'll bring it out to the 10-yard line.
Like Dirk Winston's hurt a little bit there, too.
So the Oilers down by 3 in deep trouble at their own 10-yard line, 1st and 10. Panic if you're Carl Roaches. He's 5'8", 165 pounds, and here he's in the arms of Dirk Winston. Ball comes loose, picked up there and hustled into the end zone by Calvin Sweeney and brought back because it had already been ruled that Roaches was stopped at the 10-yard line.
And let's give the official some credit there. That was a good call and a proper call.
Ken Stabler, when he comes into the huddle, it always looks as though it's going to be his last time ever.
I think he lives for today, not for tomorrow. Something like that.
Man's had a lot of personal pressure. All the rumors and innuendos that have surrounded Stabler throughout the year. On 1st down and 10. Campbell. Campbell works his way out for a 3-yard pickup. Getting close to the 13-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Campbell now 53 very difficult yards on 20 carries. Steelers always play Campbell tough.
I guess that's just certain key matchups that these two teams have, because you're right. He just doesn't seem to ever get it uncorked here.
Nobody runs too well against the Steelers over the years, though.
I'll tell you, when you're trying to overcome a 3-point deficit, it's nice to have an Earl Campbell.
Yep.
Because every series can be 4 downs.
Robin Cole.
Robin Cole again.
Oh,
with
they got a flag.
Moving out, and a flag is down.
That's a help for the Oilers. Late hit.
Leon Gray, number 74, the big offensive tackle, is directing traffic out there.
I think they called it against Lambert.
There it is.
Well, you know, again, they let them hang in and breaks start going against you. They got to drop pass for a touchdown and get a late hit to let Houston out of the hole. Has a way of going like that.
Lambert says he's never hit anybody late in his life.
Personal foul, number 58, piling on, 1st down.
And he didn't do it once again. He's
huge penalty. That would have been back to the 5-yard line, 3rd and about 15, and now they're up out of the hole.
1st down and 10. The ball at the 28-yard line. Watch 58.
Cole's got him. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty close call myself, Dandy.
Yep.
Earl Campbell trying to get outside. Gary Dunn has him by the ankle, and down goes Campbell. It'll be a loss of a couple.
You know, in defense of Lambert, I mean, Campbell is such a hard runner. It takes everybody to get him down. And he squirms and keeps going. It's a tough call on Lambert, I thought.
Loss of 3. Dave Casper now back in at tight end. 2nd down, 13. Seconds ticking off the clock. We're now inside 9 minutes remaining in the game. The Oilers down by 3. Play action by Stabler. Fires intended for Renfro behind him, and he slips on the damp surface. It'll be 3rd down and long. Mike Renfro. A couple of fine receptions this evening. 4th-round draft pick in '78. Had a good year as a rookie year and then damaged his knee. Missed most of that season. He's the man that they like to see working underneath. They have their speed in Ken Burrow.
Had a terrific college career at TCU, Fort Worth. Got a lot of records, Southwest Conference and college records.
3rd down, 13.
No shotgun this time, though.
Partisan crowd chanting defense. Stabler and Earl Campbell, I believe it is, and Campbell is still on his feet and fighting short of the 1st down, out close to the 35-yard line, about 4 yards short. Jack Ham was there, but that was a super catch by Earl Campbell.
And a super effort to get away. That's what we're talking about. It is hard to bring Earl Campbell down.
Not his long suit to be in a pass pattern.
No, but he does a good job catching the ball here, and then he really starts pulling people. Robin Cole, here's 3 of them trying to get him down, and it's still hitting.
Jack Ham and Lambert.
Yep, he's a load.
Cliff Parsley indicating punt. Jim Smith has dropped for the Steelers at his own 30-yard line. Parsley bobbles the ball, and now he will not punt. Wide open is Adger Armstrong.
How about that?
All right.
Well, he set up in the punt formation. You had to wonder if he might throw it. He's done it in the past. 31-yard pickup. The Oilers have a 1st and 10 inside the 35-yard line of Pittsburgh.
All right, let's give Ed Biles some credit. He went on a 4th and 1 a while back on his own 30-yard line. Here he has a 4th down call on his side of the field, and here comes Parsley faking the punt. There goes the pass. Pretty gutsy call by Ed Biles.
It reminds me of a real good high school group. You know, you do all those razzle-dazzle things. I like that. And nobody's doing anything. Got Campbell.
I'll tell you what, they're going now. They got the Mo on their side, Dandy.
Mo. Clock ticking away. Less than 7.5 minutes. Look at Stabler, and down goes Stabler. Dwayne Woodruff blitzing from the corner. Stabler had 2 men in the pattern, and Woodruff turned his man, Casper, over to J.T. Thomas, and he came on the blitz.
Well, they've been blitzing at cornerback or safety man from the weak side the entire night. It shouldn't have come as a surprise to him, but it looked like it did.
Also, he's a left-handed passer. He's going to come away from the center that way with his back turned to him, and as soon as he made his move, here they came. An interesting statistic. They were criticized by a lot of people here in Pittsburgh last year for their lack of production there in sacking the quarterback. They've equaled all of last year's production so far. Right
out of the shotgun, 2nd down and 20. Ronnie Coleman, inside handoff, big opening. Down the side goes Ronnie Coleman. Short of the 1st down, getting down to the 27-yard line as Anthony Washington took Ronnie Coleman out of bounds. That was really an interesting call. The Steelers thinking and reading pass all the way. Out of the shotgun, you give it to Coleman.
It'll be an effective formation. You're going to see people using it more. They're going to get a little bit more sophisticated, slick with that particular formation, and use it as a running formation as well as a passing formation.
Drawing ever closer to the range of Tony Fritsch.
Yep.
And the Oilers are down by 3. 3rd down, a long 3. Ronnie Coleman bounces into Jack Ham, surges forward, short of the 1st down, but a good effort. Jack Lambert, rather.
Well, is he going to kick it or is he going to go? He's going to kick it.
And out comes Tony Fritsch.
Barely missed one earlier tonight.
Well, it's in his range. It's 42 yards, and there's not a whole lot of wind. What wind there is helping him, in fact. So he's well within his range.
It'll be a 44-yard attempt. Mike Reinfeldt is the holder. David Carter does the snapping. This to tie it up. Low snap. Fritsch has it on its way. And through the uprights, we've got a tie football game. The Oilers coming back. And it's all tied up as Tony Fritsch, who will give you a show, puts it through the uprights from 44 yards out.
Their way, and then it went against them.
Fritsch bangs it. Hangs it up, and this will be Larry Anderson. And Anderson out over the 30-yard line, carrying Mike Holston with him, and the Pittsburgh Steelers will move their offensive unit out onto the field.
Well, boys, we got a game now, and these games usually have a way of, between Houston and Pittsburgh, are coming down to the last few minutes, and this is no different.
I'll tell you, it's the entire Central Division of the AFC.
Yep.
Fine division. Great game yesterday by the Cleveland Browns as they bounce back from their troubles.
5:43, Giff. Here we go.
1st and 10. Bradshaw looks it over. Franco Harris, big opening. And Harris breaks a tackle. He's on the way. Frank Harris juking Mike Reinfeld and moving all the way down inside the 35-yard line, and now a flag is down.
Yep, that had 15 to that. What a great back Franco Harris has been. It's hard for running backs to stay in this game for a long time, but he's been in it for a number of years. Been a great back since he came in as a rookie out of Penn State.
He is such an intelligent runner, and you saw the indication against the Houston Oilers. Perhaps touched on it best, Fran, earlier, talking about the type of runner he is. He's not the big, jarring Earl Campbell type. He's a thinking man's runner.
He does everything. When he catches the ball, he runs inside, he runs outside. What a valuable property he's been.
Personal foul, and we do not get the indication as to who was responsible for it. Franco Harris now 84 yards on the night. He's carried at 15. And the Steelers, with 5:34 on the clock, are threatening once again. Harris again, hesitating, looking back to the inside this time. It's closed down by Elvin Buffet.
Well, you know, the Steelers have had their spurts of big plays, but then they've sputtered.
Let's take a look at Franco Harris. Just designed to come inside. He does bring it inside, then breaks it to the outside. John Stallworth, very careful not to clip there.
Here's the move, Giff, right here. That's something. Some move by a man that big.
And here's what they're calling, I believe, on the outside. He's already out of bounds. Steve Curson had a good lead block, number 77 for Franco that time.
2nd down and 10. Bradshaw quickly out to Smith. Smith works his way inside the 15-yard line. Gain of about 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Interesting crowd tonight, too. A rainy night. Huddled under umbrellas. They have their parkas on. Very quiet, almost mousy quiet, if you're accustomed to Three River Stadium crowds here in Pittsburgh. Smith now 5 receptions, 99 yards, having replaced Lynn Swan, who aggravated the hamstring injury that has been troubling him all year in the first quarter.
If you're thinking touchdown here, you've got to be thinking of the pass. If you're willing to concede the field goal, you'd run it.
3rd down and 5. Bradshaw thinking touchdown. Got it. Fires into the end zone. That's Smith, and this one he holds on, and we'll have a flag against the Houston Oilers. I believe they'll call Robert Brazil. That will work on the ensuing kickoff.
I don't think Robert intended to do that. They're going to call him for stepping on his back.
Now there's another flag down at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, and the Oilers seem to think that's against the Steelers. May have offsetting penalties here.
Fred Silva trying to quiet things down so we can work it out.
Well, they didn't waste much time in getting that ball back in the end zone, did they? Just
unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, shot block, personal foul, unnecessary roughness in the end zone, replay.
Oh. And that doesn't set too well with this partisan crowd.
I imagine.
Let's take a look at Jim Smith again.
He makes a super effort here. He makes a break in across the middle, but watch how low he's got to get the ball. He goes right down to the ground. There. Oh, my goodness.
That's the penalty against Robert Brazil. We did not see the chop block that occurred apparently in the Steelers' backfield on the pass blocking protection.
Vernon Perry wasn't very close that time. If I was Terry, I'd come back over and try it again.
3rd down 5.
He's got the same pattern going again.
Look at the time.
He better run for it.
He can run it in. Bradshaw has the 1st down.
Watch out.
At the 6-yard line.
And he got pushed pretty late there, too.
3:47 on the clock. Steelers, who appear to have this game all wrapped up. Watch the Oilers come back. 52-yard touchdown pass to Dave Casper. And then a Fritsch, 44-yard field goal. We've got a tie game with 3:47 remaining.
You know, Danny, you don't see Bradshaw do that very often anymore. He used to do it a lot when he was a little bit younger, but he can still do it.
Yeah, he can.
I'll tell you this year, as I mentioned earlier, Fran, though he's been running much more. In fact, he has more yards rushing already this year than he had in any of the 3 previous years. He's really not happy with the way he's played. He says so openly.
That's being aggressive.
Bradshaw back on first down.
Yes.
Drills it into the corner. Stallworth. And how quickly the Steelers have struck back.
Third time is a charm. He had one pass dropped for a sure touchdown, another one called back to Jim Smith, and finally he got it into Stallworth.
Good pattern there by Stallworth. Nothing really fancy. Get over the goal line, turn around, and the ball's right on time.
John Stallworth. What a combination of receivers the Steelers have.
But think about the 3 players that made that possible. Franco Harris's run, Stallworth's catch, and Bradshaw's throw. They've been around a long time doing the same thing.
They went 69 yards in 5 plays. Franco Harris with 35 brilliant yards, and the conversion is missed.
How about this?
David Trout misses the conversion, so now the Oilers are only 6 points down. From the reverse angle, and what an easy shot this was. Stallworth wide open in the corner. Vernon Perry was there, also working over there, number 27, Greg Stemry. But Bradshaw was able to get it to this man.
Here's to good friends.
Beautiful. Those are actually better than that, or should be better than that, I should say. Bradshaw having a fine night. Lost a touchdown pass right in the hands of Jim Smith earlier. Another pass dropped by Smith earlier in the game.
Some kind of character he showed, Gift, to come back after that adversity and get that 3rd time in there. Really something.
Trout hangs it high for Tullis at the 2-yard line.
He's got some room over there.
And the flag is down as Tullis steps out of bounds near the 25-yard line. You've got a 30 on the clock as Kenny Stabler brings the Oilers out onto the field. And preliminary indication against the Houston Oilers. So, as the Oilers are backed up to the 10, they have quite a job in front of them.
90 yards to go.
On the run back, number 45. Holding. First down.
Tim Wilson detected holding. The Oilers at their own 10-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, you've got a guy at quarterback in Stabler that's as good at doing this as anybody that's probably ever played the game. And he's got his work cut out for him right now.
They watched him so many nights on Monday Night Football. Something special about the man. Stabler going for Burrow. Mel Blount is there, deflects the ball, and the flag is down.
I think that should be called against Burrow. It's what that to me pushed off, but let's see.
A.T. Thomas almost was able to come up with the ball that was knocked out of the hands of Mel Blount. That's the indication. Offensive interference.
How about that call, Dandy?
That was a good one.
Huh?
That was a good one.
But then there's another way of looking at it. It'll at least save the interception. Burrow, a calculated risk.
There he is pushing him. And then watch the interception here. Almost his knee, or nope, it just hit as he went to the ground.
You can see that water splash up. It's been raining all night. Still coming down.
Yeah.
Bradshaw has thrown 2 touchdowns in 56 games that he's played in, and in 8 times he's thrown at least 2 touchdowns against the Oilers. So he likes to play those Oilers. Just zip it in there.
Where'd you get all that information?
Somebody handed me a piece of paper and I read it.
Oilers.
That's what I saw.
Offensive pass interference. 0-0. First down.
Down will remain the same. It'll be first down and 15. Oilers down by 6. The winner of tonight's game will move into a tie with Cincinnati in the AFC Central Division.
Watch out.
Earl Campbell. And Campbell gives Kenny Stabler breathing room as he moves out to the original line of scrimmage, where it'll be second down and 10. Jack Lambert defensively there for Pittsburgh. And from Pittsburgh, we will travel to Denver next Monday night. Watch the Denver Broncos, the rejuvenated Denver Broncos against the Minnesota Vikings, although they did get their lumps yesterday, the Broncos from Buffalo.
Well, they got a new owner, Edgar Kaiser, a new general manager, Grady Alderman, the original Viking, the new head coach, Dan Reeves, and they're doing just fine.
The same old quarterback, Greg Morton.
And they're doing good.
And he's doing fine. On 2nd and 10. Stabler, Gasper, and he doesn't hold on. He had the first down. Jack Ham, right in his face, however. So it'll be 3rd down.
He's beat up a little bit. See him limping. He went out earlier, kind of strained neck. And on his touchdown, for some way, he either can't tell what he hurt. He's got a hitch in his get-along. I know that.
I tell you, he's some kind of tough, isn't he?
He really is. That Buffalo-Denver game had to be a good one. You know, that was 9-7. Buffalo won it right to last. And reading about the game, that must have been terrifically well-played defensive game.
It's going to be a good matchup next Monday night. I'm looking forward to it.
Rain now coming down heavily. 3rd down and 10. Oilers from their own 10 out of the shotgun. Stabler.
Gone.
Picked off. Dwayne Woodruff. Brother Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson stepped right in front of the intended receiver.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. Now they say that all good things must end.
Oilers' 3rd turnover. The first interception, however. And it was Ron Johnson who comes in and plays that left corner on pass defense. And Woodruff goes back to the safety position. Interesting snap, by the way.
Snap. I don't think it might have had a little something to do with it. Didn't have his eye downfield as long as he ordinarily would.
Right in front of Adger Armstrong steps Ron Johnson. And now the Steelers are threatening once again.
As Ed Fisher, number 60, made the tackle.
Ball inside the 12-yard line. Handoff. Frank Pollard stays on his feet, and Frank Pollard works inside the 10, down to the 8, up into there by Robert Brazil.
Looking at Elvin Bethea out there, number 65. Been here 14 years for Bethea. Kenny can't be too happy, can he?
No.
Cannot be too happy. Elvin Bethea has been in Houston 14 years. He's only had 6 coaches, 4 general managers, and 4 changes of uniform, and 2 stadiums he's played in down there. He's seen a lot come and go.
If you talk about job security, Ed Biles is the 10th head coach in 22 years.
Elvin said, man, and also if they locker by Elvin, they always seem to get cut, so nobody will locker by him. He lives over in the corner all by himself. He's seen a lot of things happen down there with Old Blue.
Got to be some kind of moral to that story, Dandy. Like it's better to be a defensive end than a head coach at Houston.
Well, maybe. That might have something to do with it, or be something like Elvin Bethea.
Let me remind you, tonight, Nightline on ABC will focus on the Haitian situation in today's tragedy. The more than 30 refugees drowned within a mile off the coast of Florida. That's tonight on Nightline with Ted Koppel. Timeout down on the field. Houston now has 2 timeouts remaining. They stopped the clock before the 2-minute warning. 2:20 indicated on the scoreboard clock. And there's Ed Biles. Friendly, warm, very open. I was interested in talking with him today at our production meeting. Very candid. Defensive coach, really, came in actually under Sid Gilman in '74. Was Bum Phillips, defensive man, until he replaced Bum this past season. Of course, went on to win the Super Bowl. Right now, they're in deep trouble. The Pittsburgh Steelers are down by 6 points, 2:20 remaining in the game, and 2nd down and 7 for the Steelers at the 8-yard line of the Oilers. Frank Pollard gets a block from Person and gets to the 5-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 3. Those are your rushing stats thus far on the night. Tony Dorsett with 122 yards yesterday against Miami. George Rogers, by the way, had 113 against Cincinnati. Campbell, thus far on the night, 56 yards.
Tony's average of 5.6 is kind of nice, too, isn't it?
You know, it really is, because I know we always thought that if you could average 4 yards a carry over the course of a season, that was very good. Most of the playoff teams had about that average. And then you look at Dorsett at 5.6, it's exceptional.
I'll tell you, though, Campbell has joined some pretty select company. The Steelers have a streak of 38 straight games since an opponent has rushed individually for 100 or more yards in Three Rivers Stadium. They are tough here.
Danny, this telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football
Is that
League.
right?
Yeah, and it is intended for the private use of our audience.
Not public.
No.
Private use. Well, then any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the National Football League, I guess, would be prohibited.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I hope everybody pays attention to that.
I hope everybody got that.
Yeah, they did, I'm sure.
All the way from Hayhira to Walla Walla.
Well, you know, Steelers deserve to win tonight and very easily could have lost this ball game. They really have, it appears to me, anyway, being the best ball club so far. They sure got off to a good start, stumbled a little bit, looks like they're going to be able to pull it out.
Well, 3rd and 3, I would think they would still keep the ball on the ground. If they can pick up the first down, fine. If they can't, they can kick the field goal on 4th down. I don't think they will put it up.
3rd down and 3. The Steelers can get a first down inside their Oilers' 3-yard line. Bradshaw talks it over with Chuck Noll defensively. They've had a word with Ed Miles. And here comes Frank Pollard. Boom. Pollard gets the first down. Stepping out of bounds, Frank Pollard stops the clock with 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. And he has the first down, as indicated by Terry Bradshaw.
Well, that's the same play they ran the down before. They must have seen something they liked. They got a face mask to boot.
That's what Vernon Perry was so upset about, I think. Saw him throw his helmet down.
That will be half the distance to the goal.
Number 32, defense, face mask, first down.
That is Vernon Perry. Ed Biles saying, well, when it rains, it pours.
Yep.
Look at that.
He's had it all tonight.
Houston defense has played very well in that particular situation tonight, guys. We've seen them down there inside the 5. They've done a pretty good job of holding them. Greg Bingham has led the Oilers in tackles every year he's been on the team. It's kind of an interesting stat, I think.
Well, he's around all the time, too. He made his 133rd consecutive start tonight, Greg Bingham. Harris, 6 points. The Steelers are tucked in the white. At the 2-minute warning, Franco Harris, who's had a fine night, responsible for the last touchdown with a big 35-yard rushing play of his own, now has moved the ball 85 yards on the night.
He also has 81 touchdowns rushing, which is the 3rd highest total of all time. Jim Brown first with 106, and Jim Taylor with 83.
Well, now we are getting the 2-minute warning. I believe it'll come after the conversion.
Dandy, as we're waiting for this, tell me, what are the 3 rivers that run together here in Pittsburgh?
Oh, you mean the Monongahela?
Yeah, that's one.
The Allegheny?
That's 2.
And the Ohio?
You smart. You are smart.
Hey, man.
Huh?
They actually come together to form the Ohio, don't they?
Well, I do.
Hey, don't get difficult now, Jeff.
Well, the discussion still is going on, and I believe what we are having right now is a 2-minute warning. We want to tell you this ABC Sports exclusive has been brought to you by Datsun, who invites you to see all the exciting new 1982 Datsun cars and trucks at your Datsun dealer today, and by Lowenbrau. When you want the taste of a truly great beer, there's really only one. Tonight, let it be Lowenbrau. So the Steelers next week take on a red-hot San Francisco 49er team. They'll meet them right here. And I'm sure the one thing Chuck Noll has observed tonight is the fine play of a couple of youngsters, Bob Coors, number 90, and John Goodman, number 95, filling in Coors for Banaszak, Goodman for Joe Green. Now we're set to go with the conversion attempt. David Trout missed his last effort. Not so this one. So Trout puts it to the uprights. The Steelers over the Oilers 26-13, and they got to be a little happy down at Froggy's, where Bill Hillgrove is there.
Like I said before, these Steeler fans just don't have enough fun. They're not boisterous enough. Gary and Linda? No. Was there ever any doubt?
Absolutely. It's it's the greatest to see the Steelers come back in a game like this. I mean, this is what everybody's been waiting for.
All right, we took a poll. A couple of these people actually gave their tickets away so they could stay here at Froggy's and stay relatively dry in a manner of speaking. Frank, now back to you.
All right, Bill. They're having fun on the outside. Actually, not a bad place to watch tonight's game. It has been wet. The field is soaked. You've seen the puddles with the players sliding around here on the artificial surface at Three Rivers Stadium.
Relatively dry. That's all those folks were, relatively dry.
Trout set to kick off. Roaches is deep along with Willie Tussin.
What do you mean by that, Dandy?
I got a little tidbit. The Steelers are now 33-4. 33 wins, 4 losses at home versus AFC Central Division teams. That's not bad.
But 3 of those 4 losses were against the Oilers.
Yeah, that's not bad either.
No.
Trout really hammers this one. It takes Roaches back to the back of the end zone, and the ball goes out of the end zone, touchback. One of the things they have liked about this youngster from Pittsburgh. And a reminder, Denver next Monday night. Minnesota Vikings and the Denver Broncos out in Rocky Mountain country where the snow is already making the skiers out in that area smile.
Sure is pretty when that snow comes in out there. That's nice.
You got a team that's either leading the NFC in offense or close to it against the team that's leading the NFL in defense. That, they say, is a classic matchup, Andy.
I've heard of that before. You guys go out there and tell me about it. Okay?
Yeah. Might be at Froggy's next week, huh?
Oilers on 1st and 10. They're down by 13 points. Stabler fires over the middle, complete to Mike Renfro, who tries to get the ball to Armstrong. They're saying nothing doing.
I believe that was Casper in there. Big old Casper in the middle, Frank.
Yeah, that's the type of play last year in Minnesota's miracle win over Cleveland. They threw a ball to Sensor. He lateraled to Ted Brown like that. He got it down in position, and Kramer threw the second Hail Mary pass to Rashad for the touchdown that beat him with 21 seconds left.
You saw Casper limping off the field. We told you earlier he was shaken up early in the game, came back, and now he's limped off once again. Down goes Stabler. Number 65, Tom Beasley. 3rd sack of the night on Stabler.
Well, that's awfully tough. And you got 3 guys that are rushing him. And he didn't have much time to handle it that time. That was Leon Gray is working on it. Supposedly their best lineman.
Smartest thing Stabler's doing now is not calling timeout.
Well, he only has one. 3rd down and 12. Stabler. The man open. It was Burrow, and off the target, incomplete, stopping the clock with 1:21. Standings after tonight's game in the AFC Central Division. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh are all locked up, but you have a feeling that this division is going to change over and over. Cleveland back on stride. Bouts for rather Brian Sight with a big game again yesterday.
He really did have a big game. 30 of 41, over 400 yards. Somebody suggested this morning, Giff, that maybe 8-8 might win this division.
9-7 would be comfortable, I would think.
I would think you're right.
Oilers have 1 timeout. They have a 4th down. Long yardage. They have brought Cliff Parsley onto the field. The Steelers are not buying it. They do not even have a man deep to receive the punt. But I think they'll get it.
Yep, I think he'll kick it too. I think the Steelers will let it
have to be hoping for a turnover. Steelers just let the ball bound, and this is going to take quite a Houston Oiler bounce all the way to the 20-yard line, where the Steelers will take over with 1:09 on the clock and the Oilers with 1 timeout. Seesaw division, the Central Division of the AFC. To this man who is really in a rebuilding stage, if you will, with the Steelers. He has to be happy about some things tonight, unhappy about others. The Steelers, you could not say, were a model of consistency, but he got good play out of youngsters. Bob Coors and John Goodman. Over in the left side, Joe Green is in his 13th season. L.C. Greenwood in his 13th. Neither one able to start tonight. This is not your hurry-up offense.
But the old-timers are the ones that really made the difference. Bradshaw, Franco Harris, Stalwart, and Jack Ham.
Clock stopped now with 1:04. The executive producer of ABC Sports is Brun Arledge. ABC's NFL Monday Night Football produced by Bob Goodrich. And again, filling in for Chester Forty, Craig Janoff providing some fine work tonight. Technical director Joe Chavo. Our associate director Bob Rossberger. Technical manager Coach Coltrane. Unit manager Dennis Zabo. Assistants to the producer Robbie Cowan and John McGinnis. Others assisting Joan Champy, Patty Ryan, and Sal Johnson, and our usual cast of gifted technicians. Our stat and research man tonight, Mike Swanson. Our spotter from Hall of Fame town, Canton, Ohio, right up the road, Steve Bazika.
Hi-ho, Steve Areno.
Who has more relatives, as I mentioned before, than anyone I have ever met.
I don't think he's kin to all those people, Dave.
Nah,
I think he's just looking for a free lunch at their house.
Hadn't invited me over to any either. Did you, Dandy?
No.
Rushing yards for the night.
You don't see Earl come in third too often, do you?
No, you don't. Bradshaw dropping down once again. This time the clock will continue to tick. One more drop to the knee by Bradshaw, and this one can be history.
You know, as the clock winds down and we start a second half of this season, nobody has got a sure thing going into the second half of their division, do they? It's going to be some kind of fight the second half.
Parity may have been reached.
I think it has.
On any given day, no team can win. Bradshaw down once again. And this will tick it off, the final seconds. The Oilers cannot stop the clock. A disappointing night for Earl Campbell. 2 turnovers on his own. Quite frankly, just really no place to run. Nope. The Steelers will win at 26-13. As the final seconds are being ticked off, they have moved into a tie with the Cincinnati Bengals of the AFC Central Division.